Hello, 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 welcome back to the continuing adventures of JabGut, the Cutthroat. Last we left, I had made a ill-fated attempt to enter the vaults thinking invisibility worked against humans, like vault guards. It does not. The result was a failed attempt at stabbing anything, and instead a massive retaliation against me, which made me escape with 4 guards in tow. I lived, of course. I mean, I have 39 evade. There's no question I'm going to keep escaping. But I escaped embarrassed, and now the door to the vaults is very well blocked. If I ever go there again, it's going to be through a hatch, and with the intention of ninja-ing the rune. So, that door closed, I decided to plumb the depths of the dungeon instead. And in so doing, I made it all the way down to 23 out of 27, found a couple of Abyss statues, and most importantly, have acquired Freezing Cloud to add to my repertoire of skills, albeit not quite as castable as the rest, but it's getting there. I'm slow training Ice and Air to try and bring that to fully castable with stealth training just to max it or bring it to higher. Stabbing's already 23.7, so that's good too. Alright, enough jibber jabber. I've considered the possibility of doing Spider Nest at this point, and I think it's a reasonable approach to at least start on it. I don't know what kind of enemies there can really challenge me, and I'm eager to learn, so let's find out how much stealth spiders can pick up on. And later on we'll see how many of them really see through invisibility. My guess, the first floor or 2 of this are going to be a cinch, and ghost moths are going to make me either die or have serious problems with the deeper floors. Definitely going to have an entourage with me to protect me at all times. Oh, sweet, and Sorceral Hibernation works again. Beyond my level of understanding? Well, how about the book go fuck itself? Maybe you can understand that. In fact, do I have any Identify scrolls? I know I'm throwing them away at this point. I have so many. It's a Necronomicon. I could theoretically learn... Oh, God. Trapped in a net. That sucks. Do I have any armors I'm particularly fond of? Not really. Let's drop the enchant armor scroll. It's safe territory before I go back in. Okay, you know what? Killing orb spiders with superior Spriggan speed and stealth is incredibly satisfying, because those guys can be so irritating to the berserk minotaurs I've sent into this area before that yeah, it's kind of like payback. Ignite Poison is available, but training it now that I've already committed to training this is going to prove impossible. Unless it's already, like, spellcasting has already made that doable. I don't know. We'll find out. In fact, finding out makes perfect sense. Let's do that as soon as I'm done killing this demonic crawler, who isn't dying conveniently to my usual tactics. Alright, Ignite Poison. I don't care. Just name one. In the Book of Fire? Yeah. Fail 75%. Building transmutations I could totally do, but since I don't use transmutations for anything else, significantly not, especially not stabber related, it would be purely vanity to want to ignite poison in the spider mines, so I'm not gonna do it in a run that has already reached dubious levels of stabness. Though really, I am primarily still stabbing things. I'm confusing them and stabbing them, I'm sneaking up on them and stabbing them, and resorting to fire and ice only when necessary, because the stabbing, which would be a one-hit kill, has failed for some reason. I'm a stabber with alternate means and backups. In other words, I'm a reasonable assassin. Alright, into the hole we go. Straight after the first target I see for a stab, and there's another target over there for another stab, and another... Well, that was an attempted stab, not an actual stab. In fact, let's fly for a third stab, and then confuse you for a fourth, and that should about do it. Now they're all going to be awake there. So we'll go the opposite direction. You are incredibly stealthy. That's what I like to hear. Oh my god, where did you come from? Now that you're confused, you shouldn't be that hard to take down. Thank God flight doesn't build magical contamination. That would have been so irritating. Okay. This is a very difficult to navigate area. It's very windy, very tight, easy surround potential. I really want the dig spell. Once I have that, I'll be confident in my ability to tackle the slime pits, especially now that I have resist mutation. Let's go ahead and turn on regeneration. And blink. I don't like being trapped. Y'all want to attack me, you can walk straight through fire. How's that sound? It does not seem to bother you as much as it should. Okay, that's both of them. Animate dead, and boom. Unfortunately, most of this floor is now alert to my presence. But look at that. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stabs just to thin out the crowd. And if I make it all the way back to that spider, make that around 6. Now res the dead and throw up some Mephitics to further confuse the fight so that I can get in more stabs. So yeah, this crisis of am I really just a magician who's using a powerful knife is really just that. It's me being silly. I've never played a mage like this before, and quite frankly, calling this guy a mage isn't really fair to all of his other talents. I mean, stealth near max and stabbing near max kind of should speak for themselves a lot more than I'm letting them. Okay, yes, this guy is vulnerable to ensorcelled hibernation, and given just what an irritant it is to catch these guys, the orb spiders, with a berserker, you guys have no idea how satisfying it is to be able to actually put them to sleep and stab them to death. Stealth is a 24.5. That's fantastically high. Let's just stop training it for now. How reliable is my freezing cloud? It's down to the 20s. That's good, but it's definitely worth trickling. Ice at 7.3 is good. Let's just focus air. It's the cheaper of the two. And I need to turn on a good defense skill again. So let's turn on dodging, because that can still go higher. Actually, what am I thinking? Fighting is all the way down at 10. That needs to come up. So let's go there instead. Okay. Next, stab, stab. I no longer am reliant on the poison in my mutation, the resist poison in my mutation, since my shield, which apparently does not have the ill effect on my AC that I thought it would, gives me resist poison now. In addition to an evocable levitation in case flight is somehow inadequate, or I don't want to have... I mean, I guess I'll never need that, but whatever. Stab yours, and then res them all as my servants. This is a good time for Freezing Cloud. Except the hunger status on Freezing Cloud prevents it from being, you know... I actually need to bear that in mind in the future, that I can't just cast it whenever I like. Metabolic Inglatiation is a must against these guys, because those orbs are probably pretty accurate when they actually land, as opposed to easily evaded. Stab you dead. Stab you dead. That's what I do, because I has a knife, and I'm a Spriggan who stabs you dead. This whole branch is crawling with bugs. Oh, damn, he hit. And it hurt. Okay, that's one. This one's on fire now. Unless he should be. Yeah, he's on fire. He won't live long. You will not prosper. There you go. Oh man, it only lasted 1 turn. Seriously? So what is my metabolic inglatiation like? Now that I'm boosting ice, it should be good, right? It's not metabolic inglatiation. I keep saying that. Ensorcelled hibernation. Yeah, it's maxed. Perfect. I keep saying this like it's the right spell. I should actually read up on it so that I know what it is. So it's a mass slow? No thank you. And this is just a damage via cold, so again, no thank you. I wonder what else is in the original Assassin's Handbook. Confusion, enslavement, probably mass enslavement too, but that's it. So yeah, we're good. Everything I have here is satisfactory. I'm actually gonna butcher him just because I can. No, I don't need to. I don't eat it or anything. Okay, down a floor, and I'm pretty sure that this is not the bottom floor of the spider pit, right? It goes all the way to 5? Yeah, okay, good. Okay. I mean, it's a rune-bearing branch, so it has to be a bit harder than that. They see me now, but in their unsure of where I am state, I'm still able to get several stabs in. And of course, they're all vulnerable to poison, which makes Mephitic just fantastic for this area. Let's go ahead and raise some subjects. Why would you pick up a cursed ring of teleportation? Actually, that's not the worst possible item in the world. Between that and my ability to control teleports, nah, there's no point cursing a teleport ring onto me. If I ever want to, I can evoke teleports via wand or read them via scrolls. It's just safer. Condensation shield for the AC might be useful. I don't know. But I'm not going to be training my ice hardcore enough to make it worth it. Well, maybe I should consider doing just that. How's the air training going? Not terribly well. Split 50-50 between that and fighting, though, so I guess that's to be expected since I'm just killing low-level spiders. Book of Power I don't need. Let's keep searching the dungeon. Stab, you dead. That's not going to be a stab. But Ensorcelled Hibernation worked, so that became a stab. So did that. That's one. It's another Ensorcelled. It's another Ensorcelled. And you know what? Now that they're all here, let's go ahead and raise dead once. Yeah. Dwarven plate armor. Oh, Emperor Scorpion. Before I get into a protracted fight, let's take all of the available stabs. Yeah, demonic crawlers don't seem terribly vulnerable to my brand of magic. Okay, it's Snorg. This changes everything. First things first, place a freezing cloud. No. First things first, go invisible. If he can't see me, that makes this fight a cinch. He can't see me, that makes this fight a cinch. He's dead. And he is now my friend. Because he's dead. Many of my friends are dead. Okay, Freezing Cloud is at 17. Let's flip over to Ice Magic. Let's level these up equally. I don't particularly care for either one of those skills, so. It's an easy stab. It's a jumping spider. Oh, there it is. Man, I really hate it when I Ensorcell Hibernate and then they wake up the moment I take one step. It's like, it rubs it in your face that it was a waste. And the reason I don't usually attempt it again is because their resistance raises after that first cast. Okay, so far so good. Another floor down. Let's go down another floor. It's a kill. It's a read. I already seen that book many times. I don't know if it was always there and I just didn't use it, or if I figured out how to do something. Oh, hang on. Strength does not need to be bolstered. Int does not need to be bolstered, so let's focus Dex. It's all about the damage right now. And the evade. And this helps both. I mean, the only thing that boosting Int's going to give me right now is hunger status, and as much as I complain about it, I know better than to say that it's truly important. I mean, I'm a Spriggan. I've got limited food options, but I can last on them for so long. And all it's going to take is one, you know, cache. You remember those that honeycomb cache I found when I killed all the bees? I haven't actually eaten, like, any of those yet. So most of this food problem is imagined. Of course, if I were to start wolfing down food crazily, it would cease to be imagined and become real. But, well, you don't exactly see me doing that now, do you? Okay, I found a recharging wand, which I'm immediately going to use on the teleport wand to max out my teleport wand. I just find that to be important, to know that I have teleports to spare so that in the future I can attempt teleport tricks. Also, just in general, teleport and heal wands are the ones that you want to max. And on a character who doesn't have issues with healing, your heal wounds potions should do just fine. Of course, so should your teleport scrolls, but you know. Gotta choose something, right? Oh, I can't trade places with something caught in the web. Gotcha. I'm chronically at half mana or less, and it doesn't really faze me because I'm not primarily a caster. The spells I really am using are level 1, level 2, and 3 spells, so it's hard to really be worried about low mana. I would say the spider pit higher floors are easier for non-berserkers. Berserkers have a fairly easy time of it, don't make me wrong, but non-berserkers, my god, I mean, anyone with Mephitic Cloud, basically, has no problem confusing every enemy in here. Their hit dice aren't high enough to resist it. Their MR isn't high enough. Oh! That dealt AoE damage by the feel of it. And I can't go directly because this guy's stuck in a web, and you know what, just confuse him and take him out with tier 2 stabs. I don't care anymore about tier 1 perfection. Now that I'm flying, I should be able to get in several stabs against these guys. Why not? Oh, crap. Trapped me by the shore. That was very nearly very dangerous. I'll be more careful when I'm going into water with allies that can block my path back to the shore. Okay. Another takedown. Let's go ahead and eat some strawberries while I wait for these guys to break the nets. And apparently I have a new book, which apparently has nothing I particularly care for in it. Well, actually, how many spell levels do I have? Enough that I could memorize summon small mammals and not care? I might as well. I mean, it's better to have a spell than to not have one. And I can totally unmemorize it by destroying this book, which I don't need otherwise. Or by one of many scrolls of amnesia that I have in my possession. Come on, if you're dumb enough to get confused, you're dumb enough to die. Let's go ahead and make sure that I have my flight active at all times. Ice magic is up further, but freezing cloud has not become more castable. Fighting magic is good. We'll continue on fighting and boost spellcasting. Again, I feel like using something I have good aptitudes for. Okay, let's finish by getting out of the water. This floor is cleared. Next floor. Next floor is the final floor with the orb, so we have to be super careful. But at least the initial drop site doesn't look to be untenable. We have yet to sight any ghost moths. That's not to say they aren't here. They are, after all, invisible. But I can see invisible, so... If that's a Hell Knight, I'll bet you dollars to donuts Mara's on this floor. Either way, it's a good excuse to do one of these. And we'll take this yellow jacket up with us, or whatever it is. Yellow wasp. I'll also summon a few mammals to take down with me. Not because I need mammals, but just to thin out the number that can chase me back upstairs when I continue to stair dance. I really don't want to lose my beachhead just yet. I ultimately will have 3, so, or at least 2, so, you know. It's not necessary, but, yeah. Immune to fire and looks dangerous. Well, you know what? Let's try going invisible and seeing how dangerous he is now. He can't see me when I'm invisible, which makes him significantly less dangerous. Neither can this one, apparently. Marjorie can, though. But now she's trapped in a net, which makes her stabbable. Okay, now she's not. And apparently I'm attacking the wrong target all this time. Good lord. Let's kill the Hell Knight and get out. Because... Oh, she's stuck in a net. Stab her, stab her, stab her. All I'm doing is hitting her. Why is she not taking full stab damage? Trapped in a net is one of the most... There you go. Spit her like a pig. Come on, finish the bitch. She's dead. My invisibility is waning, so I'm going to get out of here now, but quickly resurrect the dead to make sure that Marjorie's weapons don't end up freely passed around. Light the sucker on fire, and there's some enemies lurking around the wall, so I need to deal with them shortly. Let's go ahead and make sure regen is on too. I really would like the dig spell. But for now, I'll settle for disintegrating these walls just so I can get through quickly. You know, as long as you're on fire, I don't have to worry about you escaping me, but I do not like your poison, so let's come back in and stab you some more. Let's eat that bread ration. That should take the greatest weight off of me. Alright, back into the fray. I'm going to wait out the contamination entirely, and conservation is still a good amulet, so we'll hang on to that. Back in we go. That's dead. And one or both of them will soon be confused. All of them are good. While there's a spider between me and them, would be a great time to put Freezing Cloud in play. And Mephitic Cloud blocks it from coming to me, which is even better. Light him on fire, and this would be a great time to go invisible before stuff becomes too serious. Now they're trapped inside ice clouds and unable to see me. Doesn't mean they can't attack at me, but it won't be as effective. And with any luck, they both die inside that ice wave. Yep, they both died in the ice waves. Okay, Marjorie and the Hell Knights are gone. I have not been mutated, and now I'm going to get rid of... Actually, I'm going to polymorph my own spiders. I don't think it's considered hostile. They are not affected by polymorphs, apparently. What about you guys? Are you affected by polymorph? So apparently you can't polymorph zombies. That sucks. Well, let's summon some mammals and see if I can polymorph those suckers. Yay, I can! It's completely useless, of course, but... Oh! It is considered hostile. Well... be hostile towards something that can't do anything about it, shall we? There you go. Now you're stabbed. Hope you're happy. I know I am. I recognize that my allies are taking a fair amount of experience, but it's not even close to the 20% or 50% a summoner would be dealing with right now. And not having to pay as close attention to the map is such a quality of life upgrade. Ultimately, these guys will die to any serious threat, so that's part of why it works. Oh, I just turned you into a mermaid. Should be worth a fair amount more experience. No, don't attack your own allies. Jerk. Pick up that gold. You know what? Fine, go for it. I can just stab you anyway. Man, I was able to enchant and kill this guy in the presence of that other guy. He couldn't wake up in time. We're going to go straight for the eels, though. They're the far more significant threats. Oh god, I'm trapped. That should do. That should do nicely. Problem is, I still have no real clue where the serious threats are in this chamber. And, uh-oh, I'm losing health. Let's regen and back off, please. And Sorcelled Hibernation wins. Wins what? Everything. What the hell are you doing? Getting killed is what you're doing. Something got in the way of that orb for me. I don't know what, but I'm very happy. Okay, I'm held in a net and about to die as a result. This is a good time to use an accessory, like the Scroll of Fear, to buy myself the turn I need to get away. I wasn't even close to dead there. I mean, I could have still healed wounds and done a lot of other stuff. I didn't realize that I was going to take 3-4 turns and still be stuck in the web. Usually I escape in a turn. And meanwhile, my evade was worth almost nothing in there. In fact, it may have been actually worth nothing. I don't know the mechanics exactly. Bottom line, that was me getting sloppy. Let's get out of here. You woke up in time, jerk. I love how I'm right next to them and they still have this confused arrow over their head like they have no idea where I am. I mean, that's just the massive stealth bonus for the most part. If they were more strong enemies and I couldn't afford the temporariness of it, it wouldn't be enough, but since they're not that strong yet, I can pretty much take just that one fact to the bank that they are probably unsure where I am and win with it. Alright, maxed out. In we go again. Ooh, it's Queen Spider Lady. First things first, she doesn't know I'm here. But even if she did, this is probably the best way to open. Next, let's see how she reacts to being ensorcel hibernated. Let's light her on fire regardless. And have her run right back into the ice. And while she's retreating, I'll stab while she's distracted by my summons. And she's dead. No easement on the hunger status, unfortunately. Nor any benefit to spellcasting. Or to the accuracy. Let's just turn that off. Fighting can continue to train. That's fine. I guess I'm doing the best I can. Let's focus the skill that will actually increase, though. I don't care if he's caught in a web. He's just a zombie. He's only here because I want the meat shield. At least one of y'all is gonna die. So I was considering originally deep diving, you know, and just going straight for the rune here. But now that I got into it, looks like that's not gonna happen, and quite frankly, I'm happy with that. Ring of Wizardry is nice in that it brings me up to accurate for everything. So let's see if I can get away with wearing the Ring of this thing. First things first, let's burn away all of my polymorph other charges. Okay, good. It's empty. Now we'll drop it. We'll drop the extra disintegrate wand. Drop Book of Cantrips. Drop. It's going to take a lot of dropping to even come close, is the bottom line. So let's go ahead and just put it back on. We'll worry about Weight Watchers later. Most likely it's just a lot of stuff that needs to be returned to my stash, and I haven't returned it yet. God damn it, it's another trapdoor spider. Where are you? Light him on fire. Okay. This half the chamber is clear, which leaves the right half of the chamber uncleared, which means it's the most likely location for the rune. It appears to be a tight spider-shaped area, about web-shaped area. Even with lower tier stabbings, I should be able to take this out, no problem. Pass wall would have been so nice. Get in there real quick and get out. Though I suppose I do have teleport now. Or teleport control. Which means I can theoretically just appear on the rune and then get out. If I really want to. At the cost of a lot of mutagenic glow. Man, are you guys not drownable? Pretty sure drowning spiders is like one of the classic ways to kill them, right? Like drown a spider in a bathtub style. Okay, 18 out of 45. Let's go ahead and get all that mana back to make it 43. As we venture slowly, I'm actually intentionally breaking. Oh god, no. Worst case scenario. There's a ghost moth here who can drain my mana, and I was trapped in a web, which meant I couldn't do anything about it. You know what I need to do? I need to get in range of that ghost moth and make sure that I have a freeze cloud on him immediately. Unfortunately, he's already on top of a confused cloud, a mephitic cloud, which prevents me from overlapping them. Okay, the good news is he's probably off that by now. He is. Either that failed and I didn't notice. No, it definitely failed. And now I'm out of mana. Let's go ahead and drink a potion of magic to get it back really quickly. I still lost almost all my mana to a single drain. And I think I failed to cast again. Nope, this time it succeeded. I don't know how much damage it will actually do, but however much it does, I will consider it worth it. And I'm losing it all again. May have to rethink my strategy here. Pretty sure the Emperor Scorpion can't see me if I'm invisible, and I'm pretty sure the Ghost Moth can. Let's quaff a potion of invisibility so I can just go directly into the fight. No, the Ghost Moth can't see me when I'm invisible. Okay, well that just makes this whole thing a cinch. Next time I see a Ghost Moth, I know exactly what to do. And this time is the next time, so we'll stab him. And before the invisibility wears out... Okay, there's no before it wears out. Apparently it's already getting there. Well, nope, there's an Emperor Scorpion ready to die. Can I fly on this little mana? I can, perfect. Emperor Scorpion, who is ready to die, is now dead, as is the Orb Spider. And the last of the spiders dies. And there's the Gossamer Rune of Zot, and that gets me piety, apparently, for picking up runes. Well, didn't do it for you, sonny boy. I did it for me. But I'll totally take your piety anyway. Let's get out of here. Up, 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 up. Eat some ambrosia, because why not? Wait a minute. It says I felt confused, but I don't look confused. Ashinzari keeps your vision and mind clear. Oh my god, I have clarity? Well, that's just fantastic. Okay, do I have an amulet of clarity I've been working with? No? Nothing here. Okay, so it must just be Ashinzari gives me clarity. Well, in which case, ambrosia is like carrying out a bunch of whatchamacallit, give you MP back. I'm gonna hang on to those. Good lord, I wish I hadn't eaten one just out of stupidity. Yeah, this is all a pretty good loadout. Let's go ahead and switch to the other ring, so that when I get back here I remember that that's what I was trying to do. Which ring was it gonna be? Wizardry, I guess, or teleport control. And now I can worry about losing enough weight to let me actually live out this dream of having high spell casting on a highly stabby character. But that will have to wait, because that's all my time for now, so I will catch you guys next time. I've collected my first rune, and this stabber is doing very, very well. Later.